Humans. A fairly young species to the mortals of the galaxy, from a fairly boring system. After all, why bother with a system that seemed to have only one barely habitable planet, when you could be colonizing and mining in systems with multiple life-sustaining planets? To the various species of the material plane, humans were an oddity at most, barely a blip on the radar, so to speak. Those who live or have important business in the surrounding systems would take note, and would begin the standard procedure for first contact species, but that's the most attention they would get. After all, there's so many unexplored systems in the galaxy, it makes sense for there to be the occasional first contact. Then, the immaterial got involved. It was well known among the various species of the galaxy that there were more planes of existence than their own. The primary problem had always been breaching the veil, and ensuring a safe breach at that. Those of different planes, both higher and lower, were always interested in making deals with the various mortals of the galaxy, regardless of individual civilizations' opinion on the act. The occasional assistance in breaching the veil purely for the sake of entertainment was a common sight among those entities strong enough to do so. Anything to break up the boredom of eternal existence, even if it drained their power for a significant amount of time afterward. But the humans were different. They seemed to be much more efficient at breaching the veil, and none could figure out why. None of the mortals, anyway. But we knew why, for we met them in their ancient histories. The humans had been contacted early in their development, completely by accident. Whether it was a breach too close to their home system calling upon too powerful an entity, or simply pure luck, but the facts were that contact was made. A single small entity managed to pass through the breach and stay within the material plane long enough to find them. It was discovered by this original entity, referred to as a demon by the humans, that living, or freshly spilled human blood enhanced any attempt to breach the veil. This discovery led to several of even the weakest entities being capable of easily crossing the veil to make deals with humans, without the assistance of larger entities tearing the fabric of space apart. Their blood was so potent it was capable of temporarily imprisoning entities, if an appropriate amount was used in response to the power of the called being. It was now possible for them to force a deal with us, and even potentially enslave our lesser kin. Eventually we pulled away from them, wanting to see what kind of progress could be made if we turned our presence into mere stories, a seeming fiction made up by their less advanced ancestors. It led them to advance further than any other species before advancing to space, due to trying to find ways to disprove or understand the origins of these old stories. The problem is that now there are more of them. We can feel that their blood has grown stronger in our absence, and our oldest, strongest brethren know that eventually the humans will begin summoning again. Where even the most capable of species before them required the energy output of a star to call upon even a moderately powerful entity, the humans would merely require a circle of their blood and the will to call. The ancient ones among us have abandoned their endless games with each other. If the humans use the strongest tools ever developed to breach the veil, while their own blood enhances it, soon even the oldest and mightiest among us will be capable of breaching the veil between planes to interact with the mortals. The deal makers have arrived, and we would like to make their acquaintance once more. After all, a deal you can't refuse is the best kind of deal.